do 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 do. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. Alright, Pitmasters, today we're going to check out if a $10 ribeye is going to beat a $50 ribeye. Here I've got a black Angus ribeye. It's about 300 grams. It comes from a farm in Australia. And here I've got a Wagyu, also a ribeye. It's from the Netherlands, Wagyu beef. It's 9+ marbling, so this should be good. We need to find out, so I'm putting it to the test. I'm going to start up my barbecue, make the fire blazing hot, and we're going to grill them, taste them. We're going to see if it's worth it to pay $50 for a steak, or you would rather buy one for just 10 euros or $10. Okay, we're going to start by sniffing the black Angus. It has that sweet beef flavor, of course, which is very normal, very basic. It's quite okay. It's not too strong, not too weak either. Well, let's take a sniff at the. Oh, this actually has less smell. It smells a little bit dark and less sweet than the smell from the black Angus. But the smell is not that strong. But then again, it's a cold day today, and the steaks are not that warm yet. So, but the smell is a little bit darker, a little bit more nuttiness in the smell as well. So, time for the next step. We're going to put some salt flakes on them. I got some lovely Maldon salt flakes that will enhance the flavor. When we smell the steak, you get the same thing that you get from the bag. They both smell beefy, of course. Of course, you can also smell that they have a little char. What you also smell is that this one has a more deep, dark, nutty flavor, and this one a little less nutty, but more beef. Stronger beef flavor. Okay, time to cut the steaks and do a little taste test. You can already notice by cutting the steak that the Wagyu has very little resistance. The ribeye has just that little bit more of resistance. Okay, and now it's time for the taste test. First of all, we're going to start with the ribeye, the black Angus ribeye. We're going to have a little cut. It looks really good, nice and juicy. Definitely smells beefy. It has a nice char on it. You can also smell the char. You taste that it's charred, so you taste the Maillard effect. The beefy flavor is a little bit gone. You still have some of the sweetness, but the beefiness is definitely gone. There's not a lot of beef flavor in it. A nice steak. It's okay. It's a good steak. Now we're getting to the Wagyu steak. Looks a lot juicier. You get the same nuttiness smell that you smelled fresh out of the bag. And now you also smell the Maillard and the char. You get a lot more beef flavor. You really can taste the cow. You get the Maillard, you get the cow. It's a lot more tender than the other steak. This one is definitely, because of the fat that ran it down, it definitely has more moisture to it. It's much softer and less chewy. So that's really great. And there's a little bit of sweet from the beef in there. There's a little bit of salt that we put on top. Everything just blends together and yeah, explodes in your mouth. It's one big flavor explosion, and that's something that you didn't get from the black Angus steak. There was just Maillard effect, a little bit of salty, a little bit sweet, but no cow, no nuttiness, no real flavor from the beef, so definitely that was missing. But overall, the black Angus was a fine steak. It was okay. The Wagyu steak was it was completely different. It's on a whole different level. Paying that much for a Wagyu steak, that's really a lot, and especially for a lot of people out there, buying a €50 steak or $50 steak for which is only 300 grams. that's quite a lot of money. The upside is that because the steak is so fat, you don't want to eat as much of it as you would of a normal steak. A Wagyu steak, which has such a high fat content, eating 500 grams of that is almost impossible. At least you wouldn't feel as comfortable eating as much of that as you would have the cheaper steak, the black Angus steak. So that's the plus. Is it worth it? Would I buy a $10 steak over a $50 steak? Completely depends who I'm eating it with. If I would be eating this steak alone, I would definitely do it because I know the difference now. I've tasted it. If you get guests over, I don't know if they are able to appreciate the difference. So I think it would be fun to do this at home. Buy a Wagyu 9+ marbling. Also get the black Angus steak and let your guests taste the difference. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I sure did enjoy tasting it for you. I also would love to know if you think it's worth buying a $50 steak over a $10 steak. Leave me a comment down below on your opinion. Thank you for watching. See you guys next week. Cheers.